Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Perillo, and I am live. You're not going to believe, and I'm also alive. So, all right, here's the deal. I have had my entire world flipped upside down over the past week. Like many of you, that was the notification that I have. Yes, letting me know that I am live streaming. So hopefully you've got all your notifications set up everywhere. Oh, speaking of, I've got to publish to Discord too, because if I don't do that, then the people who are following me on Discord won't be aware. And you could also subscribe to the event on Discord like every week, so that if you're, I'd assume, using Discord, you're going to be aware. So anyway, I'm sending out that notification now, live everywhere else. My entire life has flipped upside down in a good way. So many people remember, and hello, Eddie, by the way, and Kush, and is it Michael? Mihai? It's hard to see, like, specifically there. CNUP, good to see you. Speaking of CNUP, I'm not a developer. I am not anywhere near a developer, but I have created at least three different apps over the past week. And the reason I had to stop and slow down is because I had to create the structure around it and think, what is it that I'm going to do? And I thought, oh my God, I can do this. Anybody can do this. In fact, if you didn't see the short that I posted on across the socials, showing you what I did, I guess at the basic level with Google Gemini, which was a suggestion last week on Thursday live when we were doing the AI Olympics, which we'll still be doing on Thursday evenings. Basically, the AI Olympics is taking one prompt and then running it against the popular AI chat clients. And I just got access to Manus a couple of days ago. So we'll still be doing that on Thursday. But Tuesdays, I'm thinking about vibe coding an idea. Okay, so first, let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. What we're going to do tonight is we're going to come up with an idea. A productivity app, a game, of something in that realm. I've brainstormed a few different topics, but let me go ahead and show you what I did. Just now using Google Gemini just this past week. And for whatever it's worth, yes, I'm glad you found the short. I'm going to be publishing them on a daily basis, talking about how there's never been a better time to be an entrepreneur. Using technology to create your own future. As far as the AI train is concerned, either you're in front of it, you're underneath it, you're behind it, or you're on it. And it's my job, it's my role to keep you on it, to help you navigate these waters. And so I've been busy this past week, basically setting up Perillo.com. So if you look at Perillo.com, you'll see exactly what I've ideated from last week. And it'll start making a little more sense as soon as I pull this up. So this is Perillo.com as it stands right now. It's basically, well, who's Chris? He provides clarity and connection for your tech transformation, right? This is what you want. You want to learn from tech. You want to advance your life. Who am I trying to address? Well, people like me. Nerds and geeks, but solopreneurs, people who might be unemployed or could eventually be unemployed. Maybe you're a freelancer or something in between, and how I will be able to help. So effectively now this is a landing page for, joining the Discord, subscribing to the newsletter, which there's a premium subscription in the newsletter, which if you unlock it, then we're going to start, throwing bonuses and exclusives your direction. This is an ideation from last week. So I've largely used Google Gemini to create this page or ideate this page based upon what I was explaining last week. So including so you want to know another thing that I created in Google Gemini pretty quickly? I thought, I'm going to be vibe coding all these tools. Where am I going to put them? Well, you're asking, Chris, what tools? What tools are you talking about? What do you vibe coded? Okay, so there's Google Gemini. Here's one thing I vibe coded, something called Synthboard. You want it? Let me go ahead and copy it to the clipboard. Link copied, and paste it into chat. And these are things that I've shared on Discord. This is Synthboard. And what you do with Synthboard is just a wacky thing that started. I was like, what if I did a soundboard? So Synthboard, I vibe coded. I created this thing, this single HTML file. You go here and you start typing. And you can hear I don't know if you're able to hear sound effects from my computer, but you hear 8-bit sound effects, and you're able to type and see what you type. And then you can export the audio as a WebM file. So you can type out your name and just see the sound effects going on there with a wacky sine wave. All of this was created within hours, just ideating in Google Gemini. Created this app that you can now remix. I need a place to put this app. Like, where am I going to stick it? Because it's an HTML file, right? It's code that I can copy and download. What else has Chris been doing? Well, Chris always wanted, and even though this is not perfect, I've got to figure out how to debug it because it was not getting what it was that I was trying to do. So I may have to start a new session. But it's an RSS news ticker right here that you can actually dynamically, and granted, you can't actually store this, but you can export the OPML, you can import an OPML or an individual RSS source right here to have a ticker, an RSS news ticker I built there on the website. And then for this, I want to be able to create like a pop-up window that it pops up, and then you can have the ticker as you have it like on at the top of the screen. The reason why there are no accounts or anything to manage, because I thought, well, who's going to manage accounts, and no one's really going to do that. But they want like a desktop, like a news ticker. So I thought, well, what about creating an RSS news ticker, like an LED screen? So this is something I vibe coded this past week. No, it's wild. It is absolutely wild that anybody can go there and create what it is that you might want to create. You want the link to this? Okay, fine. I'll get you the link. Let me go ahead and copy that link out, paste it into where you're going to be able to tap it or click it. And that's not it. That wasn't it. That's not it. That's just, so the first thing I created was something called Jabberwocky. And for some reason, the font is not loading the way it should. It should be a retro font. Sometimes it works seemingly, and sometimes it doesn't, which is really odd. Let's see here. If I take down my ad blocking, let's see what happens. No, this font's not working, but the game works. So the idea is you press start. Okay, it was working. Okay, this was working. Can you hear it? Why is the font not working? I'm going to ask it. And it's going to say, wait, what's going on? And it's going to check the code, and it's going to run and recompile, etc. So I thought, all right, this is effectively how you do it. So it sounds like it's still not loading, and it's been giving problems. And what I may have to do is start a new session for this particular game. Let's see, let's try a hard refresh. No. Try it now. Sometimes getting the canvas to open up is a bit of a trick. Like, I've got the files and there's my Google stuff, but like, there we go. So getting that to open sometimes is a trick. But what I did was I said, Jedi, what kind of game would you want to create? I told my daughter, I said, daughter, what kind of game would you want to create? And she said, what about a this or that? I'm like, what are you talking about? This or that? So my 10-year-old child, came into Google Gemini, pictures of this or that game where you have to choose one picture, and yeah, is what she said. So now what she did was, you can choose travel mode, flying or driving. I'll say driving. Hobby, art or science, art. Superheroes or fantasy. I'll say fantasy. Preferred tech, laptop or smartphone. I'll say smartphone. Lunch choice, let's say burger. Approach, new or old, new. Vacation spot, mountains. So now it output, it lets you do this or that. Just a fun little game that's very popular with the kids. But then she said, well, I want it to tell you the personality based upon your choices. Do your best to make something that will run the browser in HTML. Make different choices every time you play. Whatever they choose, say it is based on their personality. Have different options so she's basically prompted her way to developing this game that is playable, remixable, downloadable, etc. So I have effectively, there's now Jabberwocky's working. You see what I'm saying? So I had it run, I had it fix it. So now theoretically, wait, why are the characters and blocks not showing up in gameplay? The funny thing is I've changed nothing in the script. I've changed nothing in here. It was working, and now it's not, which is bizarre. And Anyway, we are going to create a new one tonight. So I had to provide context of what we're going to be doing or what I want to do. What are we going to do? So this is the thing. What are we going to do? What are we going to create tonight? We're going to vibe code an app that is ultimately, remember I was talking about where am I going to collect them? If you go over to Perillo.com, there are 2 new subdirectories beyond these links. There's one subdirectory that is my playbooks. So even though these links on this page don't go anywhere, I have, and this page isn't even finished. I vibe coded this web page for people that need my help, right? They're stuck in their tech journey, roadmap to mastery. And basically I created 30-day playbooks, as in, 30 days to, turning your passion into profit. How anybody can become an entrepreneur in 30 days, build a personal brand that feels like you in 30 days. And the idea is these are interactive web apps like playbooks that you can create. Okay. So over here, playbooks, I created this web page, right? And it gives you an example. I don't have it fully filled out yet, but you'll go day by day. And within 30 days, you will have basically mastered any one of these things that I've laid out for you in my personal playbooks. Like, how can you improve your on-camera presence in 30 days? How can anyone can grow their social media engagement in 30 days? How anybody can improve their podcast in 30 days? So I've created this website with a collection of playbooks, but I also created a website for a place for everybody to go. I haven't actually put that synthwave in there. I haven't put, this game, there we go. I haven't put synthwave in there. I haven't put the Pix ticker. I haven't put Jabberblocky. Is it going to work yet? No, I'm going to have to, it looks like I'm going to have to kind of debug that further. I'm not sure if I'm putting this in there, but whatever we create will effectively go in the arcade. This webpage, vibe coded. I explained what I wanted. I said, this is what we want to do. This is how it's going to go, right? And of course, this is all boilerplate, but it's fun boilerplate. Each one of these things is supposed to be like an arcade cabinet when you hover over. In fact, if you open it, then it makes these 8-bit sounds as you hover over each one, but that's muted by start, for obvious reasons, because not a lot of people want to do that. So anyway, that's what I've been busy with this week, and this is the context to what I want to do tonight, and that is specifically vibe code an app. Now, I've got a couple of ideas to start with. Does anybody want to start, with their idea of what they'd like to see create tonight? Yeah, I need ideas, Marcus, aka Ethan's Dad 3D. By the way, thank you everybody for your support, for tuning in. It's not a product hunt for vibe code projects. No, product hunt's good. I don't need that. I just need a place for me to store the stuff that I'm making. So let's see here. Oh, things may be a bit wacky. Google Cloud had a bunch of outages today. Oh, suck. All right. So barring anybody, this is what we're going to do. You don't come. I didn't expect you to come with ideas. I got one. I want to create a TIX clock emulator. Oops, sorry. I'm going to create remember the TIX clocks? I want to create a web page in HTML that gives the option for people to display a TIX clock of the current time and choose how many are displayed on the web page in totality, all incrementing and changing LEDs in random succession according to how the original TIX clock operated. I haven't tried this yet. We're going to try TIX clock We're going to try to make at least one TIX clock. Start with just a single TIX clock on the screen. You will need to do some, let's turn on canvas, deep research on what the TIX clock was, how it worked. We are creating a version of that which runs on this web page. Are there any other features we may want to add to this TIX clock? I want to create a TIX clock in the web browser. If you remember TIX clocks, am I the only one who remember? Wait, can my head move? Okay, my head's off screen. They're up there. They're over there. So we're gonna try to create TIX clocks. I could do something as simple as a tip calculator, but that's been done. In fact, I used Manus for that and then ran out of credits when I was trying to do something else. We're going to see about building this. Totality by way of a slider. Okay, let's see what happens. And I'm also using Gemini Advanced 2.5 Pro Preview, doing some deep research on this. We're gonna see how this goes. As CNUP said, today may have been a bad day to do this because of the outages with Google. But that's okay, because we can take the same prompt and go somewhere else. But I've been really, I mean, I'm telling you, just stem to stern, from design to implementation, I've been very, very, very happy with what Google Gemini has been doing by and large, apart from, you know, these glitches that we're running into. Let's see if that, oh, there we go. Okay. So here we go. Perfect. Okay. So now it's researching, create report, start research. And then we're gonna research this. So now it's going in, understanding what it is, knowing what technologies they're going to use. We'll see if it even has the TIX clock, like knowing exactly what it was. This is all guessing. This is all just simple prompting. What we're going to try to do is create a TIX clock in the web browser. TIX clock operation. Yep. Invented by Jim Thompson, who unfortunately is no longer with us. Displays the time using 4 fields of LEDs representing hours and minutes. Look at that. See, it explains it, right? Visual details and grid size. So I don't know what information it's pulling, because TIX is a pretty common, word, TIX. So you count the ticks and read the, yeah, it's kind of like that. That's exactly how it works. You don't know what it is yet? Oh my God, this is the best thing ever. People bought TIX clocks based on me having the TIX clocks in my live stream back in the day on live.perillo.com. Yeah, exactly. That's the only reason you know it. But this is fun. This is an example. I've got an idea, if we get through this, or if we hit a stumbling block, I've got a backup idea. But right now, we're doing some deep research. I want to gather as much information as we can about the actual product that we're basically trying to emulate in the web page. That's just for fun. Just a random idea based upon the stuff that I used to do and used to love. There we go. Implementation details. It's doing all the research for me, right? And I'm letting it show me everything as it's going along. This is just scraping the surface. And again, the goal is we are going to create a web page. So a minute is 60. No. It's not the sound. What it is there's a light array. In fact, what would be a good way of doing this? Is there... Here we go. I can actually show you the product. But unfortunately, ThinkGeek no longer exists. But this was, let's see here if I can get the link address. Let's see if I can get the image address. There we go. So this is what a TIX clock looked like. So you had the time would be 12:34. So 1, 2, 3, 4 lights were illuminated. So it's 12:34. That's what we're creating. We're going to try to create something like this in the web browser. That's the goal. Oh crap. As my lights just flickered. Don't tell me I lost internet. Don't tell me. I hope to God I didn't lose internet. Of everything that could go wrong, hopefully that's not it. I'm still here. Thank you, CNUP. Still doing a research on it. Because I want it to know. I want it to know what it is it's building before it actually builds it, as opposed to just saying, build a TIX clock. It doesn't know what a TIX clock is. How do I want it? How do they work? How do I want it to work? So this is all the information, I'm trying to gather to basically build a TIX emulator. And then, again, within a matter of like minutes, we'd have something. Let's see here. So did it fix it? Here's the updated code with debugging. Nope. This is the jabber blocking. Nope. Still can't see the blocks or avatar in the actual game. Back to this. It's taking a long time to research. Google's moving slow. Now, the funny thing is, I've also been reading a bit about, instead of SEO, basically, where you optimize web pages for indexing in Google, you have to start thinking about what you're going to do to optimize what it is that you're doing for generative AI. So instead of optimizing for Google searches and ranking for Google searches, you have to think, where do you want to show up in terms of solutions, in terms of name, in terms of, what it is you have to offer. So you have to start thinking, where are you going to show up in this grand scheme of things? Because as I said, with the AI train, it's not hype. I did not buy into the whole crypto NFT thing at all. Like in any way, shape, or form, nothing about that was exciting. But this is different. The fact that, I'm able to create something with just a simple prompt is it's still incredible. Oh, the scan lines look perfect, but the game, because I can't see the characters on the screen or the pieces and blocks on the. There we go. But you see how it changed the scan lines on the computer? Or I'm sorry, on the CRT? That's supposed to be a CRT TV, by the way. Maybe I should have started the research earlier. My God. While it's doing this, I guess I can go to my backup. Create a web page that allows the user to upload an image, and then that gets turned into a puzzle that they can solve on the page. Options include being able to scramble the pieces, move all the loose pieces off the board, snap pieces into place when they're close to the spot where they need to be placed. A thumbnail that when hovered over shows the user what image they're trying to complete, and the ability to change how many pieces are to be placed from, let's say, 25 to 50. 25 to, that's a lot, 25 to 50. And what else? What else do we have to think about? Make the interface fun and lively, like playing on a kitchen table. What are some other things? Make the pieces look like traditional puzzle pieces, but the user can toggle to other change shapes to rectangular objects too. Okay, let's try that. Say, let's create a game instead of web page. Create a game. Create a puzzle game. There we go. All right. Since we're caught in deep thinking here with the wait, hang on. I guess I need to open up Gemini again. Go back to TIX clock. See where? Oh, there we go. Okay, wait. So it created it. Hang on. Create that web page here. Ah. There we go. Yeah, dude, I love Pixel. I love the TIX. They still work. I'm very, very happy. Create that web page here is what I asked. So it gave me, look at that. It did generate somewhat kind of, it's a little wonky here, but it did generate the code telling me I could export it to docs. But I'm not going to do that. But these are all the research, all the sites that it went to learn more about how to do what it was that I wanted to do. Okay, so now, sounds like a fantastic and engaging project. Here's the blueprint. Photo jigsaw fun, kitchen table puzzles, image jigsaw party, your piece of the world. Oh, I love that. But it came up with it. It chose the name, and we could always change it. Said, okay, so we need to upload the image. They need a preview, error handling, piece count, piece shape. Hang on. So it may have been confused by the piece shape. There we go. No, maybe not. Traditional jigsaw or rectangular. Puzzle generation, gameplay area and mechanics, in-game controls and aids, thumbnail preview, etc. Buttons and controls, sounds, animations, fun touches. Then it goes into technical considerations for highlight, like developer, like what do we want to use? HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. That's all we need. Development phases and generate code. Yep, that's what I want to do. I want to generate in Canvas. So now it's taking that plan of building the puzzle as I'm waiting to do the TIX clock here. Create it. Hang on. Close that. Close deep research. Create in Canvas. Okay, because it's got the HTML right here. It's got the basic HTML. I don't know if it can work yet. I'm going to see if I can create it in Canvas to do it inline. If not, I'm going to have to re-upload the index or the HTML file into Gemini and edit from there. So here we go. Photo Jigsaw Fun has got the things that we asked for, by and large. So I need to come up with an image. We can use the thumbnail for this video, right? Control-Alt-Create. We'll use that. Here we go. So it's coding it in real time. Everything you're seeing is in real time, y'all. We are vibe coding fun. And this again will end up going on to, where is it? The arcade. This will be down, like, playable in the arcade. I want to do this every week. Every week I want to create a different app. Productivity or fun. I want to create something different every week. Every Tuesday I want to create something with y'all. So we can come up with ideas for sure. Like I'm just enthralled with the idea that I could do this. It's incredible. And see, Gemini is still stuck on, it's got the HTML file. So I've got the output, but it wasn't smart enough to let me edit it inline. It wanted me to export it to docs. Probably because I chose deep research rather than, develop it. But I wanted it to do research before actually creating the page. Now I know web developers out there are like freaking out. They're going, "Oh, Chris, this is horrible. Like, why, Well, here's the thing. With AI, either you're on the train, you're behind it, you're on it, or you're in front of it. And I just as soon bring you on it. So again, this is what I've been, you want to know what I've been, oh, here we go. Photo jigsaw. Y'all ready for this? Y'all. Okay. Keep your finger. Does everybody have their fingers crossed? Please tell me you have your fingers crossed. Tell me. I'm not gonna continue until I know you have your fingers crossed, because I really want this to work. I'm not even sure if you've liked the video. I'm sitting here vibe coding and I'm just asking for fingers being crossed. I'd settle for legs being crossed. Of course, it's live, so there is a delay. Thank you, Pixel. Fingers are crossed. Choose a file. Let's go ahead and drag, this over into it. Oh, come on. Choose a file. Number of pieces. Piece shape, traditional or rectangular. Oh, look at that. They're even using like a weird, it's a fun font. So 36. Oh, shit. Let's start puzzle. There we go. Control-Alt-Create. Okay, so there we go. Where are the pieces? Oh, they're down there. Oh my God. So I can't, how do I, oh man, they're down there. I can't see them. Tidy board, new image, restart this puzzle. There we go. So I'm having an issue. I can't see the pieces in the board at the same time because this viewport is smaller. Okay. Okay. I can't see. Let's try this. I'm going to share the canvas. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to paste it. We're going to see if it's more playable here before we get into really debugging. There we go. So now it's a little easier, but how I can't see the pieces when they're dragged in. I'm trying. It doesn't seem, see, the notches are not protruded, so I don't know, man. I don't know. Restart this puzzle. Okay, so that didn't work. So let's try this. Okay. Okay, I can't see the pieces and the board on smaller resolutions. Moreover, the pieces don't seem to be in a shape that would be conducive to fitting together. So let's eliminate the option to choose between jigsaw and rectangular and just give them rectangular options by default, not changeable. The pieces don't show up on the table when dragged into it free form. They should show up and be movable there until they snap into place. Okay, so we're debugging, right? We're going through and saying, these are the problems that we're currently having with the app. Okay, great. That's great. But can we... It gave me the web page. So I've copied the HTML. This is the TIX clock. Let me go ahead and I'm going to see if I can get it again. Edit this HTML and preview it in line. This is where tripping Google into using the ability to preview what I've got here has been a bit of a challenge. I'll admit that. I hope that's something that they address. TIX, HTML. Okay. So I've got the HTML. I'm not going to open it here. I'm going to create a new gem. You're seeing all my, here we go, TIX. So right now it's going through and it's recoding. Improve small screen visibility, rectangular pieces only, pieces visible on board during drag. So it's refactored a few things here, okay? Oh, it handles typos very, very well. So don't worry about that. And thank you, 3D Medic Vince. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. Okay, so we drag TIX in here. We need to... let's open in Canvas. We need to change a few things in this HTML file. In-depth information in minutes. I don't need that. Fix bugs, but I need to see it. Open it up. Open it up. Come on. I gave you the file. Show it to me in line. Please, please, please. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Oh, interesting. It caught a syntax error in how active clocks array was initialized. Okay, so it caught a bug. This is the TIX clocks generator here. So let's move that back there. Back to the puzzle. Let's see what we got now. Preview. So that simplified things. We're going to give it the Control-Alt-Create image 36. I still can't see the pieces, but okay, that's been placed. Okay, oh boy, that logic is a little. So we still gotta work on. Yep, I can place it on the board, but then when I move it around, okay, so I can place a piece on the board, but then it disappears when I try to move it. Or the touch tap target changes and it's not quite accurate. What other things? Moreover, we seemingly need another way to have the tray of loose pieces to the right of the board such that the user doesn't have to scroll down to get to the pieces. Game control buttons should not span the entire width of the page. They should be smaller and largely unobtrusive. Okay, let's give it that. Oh, look at that! Dude. Okay. We got a TIX clock. Oh my God. Look at that. Look at this. Okay. There we go. Look at this. This is the TIX clock, right? We need to high-tech retro this page design. Moreover, shorten the description to make it pithy. If anything, put that description behind an icon that will provide more information about the TIX clock. Okay, so the next thing, the time should always be represented as the current time of the user's browser. The color progression between digits in a TIX clock should be red, green, blue, red, and not change from that. Number of TIX clocks should. User can even change the size of the TIX clocks, and the page responds accordingly. Allow up to 100 TIX clocks. There we go. So again, we're debugging. Here we go. Let's see how the puzzle thing works now. Start puzzle. So it shortened the buttons, left some comments in. Oh boy. No, now I can't even drag the buttons. I can't even drag them up. You left comments in the code. The buttons. This needs to be optimized for smaller display. The buttons should be in horizontal alignment under the page title. The puzzle piece drag dynamic needs to be completely reworked. So again, all I'm doing is going through and saying what it is that I want to do. This one says 18 which is that's a military time, which doesn't even make any sense. The amount of LEDs in succession are 3, 9, 6, 9. Since this represents time, not military time. Okay, here we go. No colon is needed in the TIX clock. Okay, so now it's going to continue with that. That's the thing I wanted to build. It's currently updating the jigsaw, so we may have to come back to the jigsaw or figure out another way of doing it. Changing the color palette, we can do that. Right now, I'm going by a default. Right now, I want to kind of create a baseline default TIX clock. But, you know, honestly, it's it's damn impressive. It did really, really well. There we go. See, it understood the 12-hour time format. It understood the LED color progression. It understood no colon. Okay, so now it's coding the next pass. Here we go with updated code. For the puzzle, start puzzle. There we go. Okay, so now that makes more sense. Okay, so the buttons are at the top. That's a lot easier. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. That was live. So that was up there, yeah? Oh, wait. No, so that would be over here. There we go. So those are in place. Okay, I think we've got it. I think we... Okay, that was in place. Control create. So it seems to have cropped the image. Or did it? Or is this the image? This might have been the image. Those are in place. But I don't hear any sounds when something is actually placed. It's pretty wild. I think we got it. We've created a puzzle app that's a little easier to drag and drop at this small resolution. I kind of now want to get it like all done. And this, by the way, this is perfect. This is code that I want to like hold on to, right? Because I don't want it to screw with the logic or anything, because sometimes Google does that. It overwrites the things that were actually working. So we're going to go into code. We're going to copy it. We're going to go to the my desktop puzzle HTML. And I'm saving this thing because I do not want this thing to go awry. Oops. Let's copy that code again. Okay, save the puzzle. So puzzle now, it works. What happens? I kind of want we need to bring like snapping sounds. So I need to say I don't hear any sounds. And for whatever it's worth, y'all could play this right now on your phone or whatever. It's not perfect. We've got a couple of things that I want to do yet, right? So like here are the pieces on the board, right? So what happens when we tidy it? Okay, so it goes back. Scramble. So it scrambles the loose pieces. That's great. What is that? There's that. I'm going to share it so y'all can play it. Y'all can see exactly what I've been doing. You've been watching in real time, yo. Here it is. Here's what we're vibe coding. And I don't know if I want, like, you know, everything to work as like, you know, the same way. And I may want to change the fonts and all that. But, you know, it's just a simple, you don't have to download anything new. I just want to kind of create a, you know, drag and drop a puzzle with the thumbnail. See, this is, I want to see what happens when I actually complete the game. I want to see if it gives me any kind of, hey, congratulations. Do you want to do a new one? Right? It's easier to do when you've got like most of the pieces, you know, already placed, but got to get it on there. There we go. Congratulations, you've completed the puzzle. Okay. So then you could do a new image. You could restart the image. Okay. On the actual game play, on the puzzle, on the puzzle screen, shrink the font of header so that it's smaller and off to the side of the puzzle options buttons. The goal is to make this less scrollable on small screens and to be unobtrusive to gameplay. I don't hear sounds when I pick up and place a piece, nor do I hear a sound when a piece actually gets placed in the right spot. Approximate the sound using digital methods in browser JavaScript. No external sound effects. Let's see here. What else do I want to do? That looks like, let's go ahead and change the font choices throughout to be a bit more stylish and less playful or retro. Comic Sans is the wrong direction. What else do we want here? I can scramble it. Oh, it's done. When the puzzle is completed, give the user an option to create a new one. Is it possible to encode the image within the URL that's shared? Okay. Asking questions, prompting all the way along. So again, you're acting as a product manager. That's what you've got to excel at. You've got to excel at being able to tell it what you want. Here we go. TIX clock simulator. Hasn't quite gotten all my feedback, but there's the number of TIX clock. There's the clock sizes. So this is 0, 8, 50, 850, 650. Oh, 650. Yeah, this is 650. Okay, here we go. There we go. Look at that. About the TIX clock. So it gave an about. No need to have. On page. Again, the number of available LEDs in any given clock are 3, 9, 6, 9, not 9999. Okay. Give the user the ability to change. This is what Marcus was saying. The puzzle was fun. That's what I'm saying. We created a puzzle app tonight. We did it. I told you we'd have within an hour. Within an hour, we've created 2 apps that'll go in the. That's the playbooks. They'll go in the arcade so that everybody can easily get to them. All right, photo jigsaw. Oh, this is cleaner. I like this. Scramble tidy. Wait. the puzzle options menu does not need to appear on the start screen. Just no point to them being there, only on the actual puzzle gameplay screen. Now, the link I send you from Google Gemini is a link specifically to that iteration of the app. So I would have to send you a new link to this one. Let's go ahead and what's another image I can use? I've got another image. Number of pieces, 25. Let's go 25. That's easy. That's quick. Okay. Now I hear sounds. Yep. Much better. So it seems to have cropped it. There we go. Stormtroopers were over there. My lightsaber was here. My t-shirt was about there. There we go. I don't know what the hell that is. That's my ear. That's my arm. I don't know. Hand. There we go. Lightsaber. Lightsaber's easy. My arm. Is that my arm? It is my arm. I don't know where the hell it is. Where the hell's my arm? Here? There we go. I've got to complete the puzzle because I've got to make sure that it does what I want it to do at the end. I want it to prompt to... This is for Thursday's AI Olympics video. This is a thumbnail I'm starting with for the AI Olympics. The lightsaber is so much easier. Okay. Let's see here. Tidy. See how I did that? Press the button, and it moved everything off. Okay, loose pieces, and you completed the puzzle. Create new puzzle. Okay, so that worked. Gave it the new feedback that I already told you. All right, see here. I've got to give the product. Give the user, what did you say, Marcus? You hadn't realized the pieces only snap in the right spot. It was helpful. Well, that's what I'm saying. I told it to do that. You have to tell it what you want. Give the user the ability to change the color of each TIX clock on the page to completely random colors. But start with the default colors. And one large TIX clock at the start that runs 80% of the browser width. There we go. Gave it my instructions. Let's see here. Now, you got it. Updated the Photo Jigsaw Fun game. When the page first loads or when you return to create your puzzle, the top bar of the control buttons is hidden. Once you start a puzzle, I don't like, I want to keep optimizing that top part because it's still causing too much of a scroll. And this, my friends, is vibe coding. Is it super advanced? No. Am I shipping something? Yes. Is it going to make me $1 million? No one's even become a member or tipped or cheered or subscribed or joined or whatever the hell. So no, clearly this is not going to make me $1 million today. But I'm telling you, we're going to have fun in the process. What is this? See how each one is doing. TIX clock simulator is going to work. It's working its magic. The puzzle maker, photo jigsaw fun. Upload your image, number of pieces, start puzzle. May have to clarify that a bit. But again, all of it. Do I have another image I could use? One a little easier. Well, I'm not gonna go too deep into this. I've got another one though that I'm debating using as a thumbnail. Small image. Okay, photo. I want to bring that menu up to the same line. That's the. Okay, so the menu is hidden. Okay. Place the buttons on the same line as the title when on the gameplay screen. That'll help some horizontal scrolling. Because I'm sure on the desktop this looks so much different. It has to look. I haven't looked at it on the desktop apart from this shrunken windows. Pick the color randomly and then use a known algorithm for finding the remaining colors. Interesting. For the TIX clock, let's find out what happens here. Oh God, I can't even see that. One. Okay, got that number right. Randomize colors. Look at that. It worked. TIX clock simulator with the about. Add the history of the TIX clock to the information pop out. That default TIX clock should be substantially hard, taking up a good amount of space on page load. It's fun. All the time. This is the time. You can have that as a desktop background or something. In fact, how could we make that such that someone can have that running on their display? I can make a pop-out window option, although it won't work within Google Gemini because it's only good at like single page handling. But this is showing the time. It just looks incredibly geeky. You see what I'm saying? There we go. It just turned 9 o'clock. 7 o'clock. Sorry, I can't count. That's it. That's the TIX clock. There's the clock size. So starts at 3x. Effectively starting at 3x. And every time you refresh, of course, it goes back to the defaults. All right, so I asked for this. Oops. This is what I want to fix next. I want to fix the getting those buttons next to the title. Title will be on the left, buttons will be on the right. There we go. That's what I want to do. TIX clock history added. I wanted that. I want the history of the TIX clock because a lot of people don't know about it. And there have been other simulators out there. In fact, look at that. There's a subtle, I don't know if you noticed this on the TIX clock emulator, and I'll send you all the link. Hey, TC Jamie, good to see you. I'll send you the link to what we're building here. But like, there's even a very subtle glow, just like in, that's a sine wave. Where the hell is it? Nope. Still can't see the characters. This game is not playable. Check to see where they're being rendered and if something is possibly covering it. This is why we're vibe coding 3 things at once, because if we just sat here and waited for this to compile, it'd take forever. There we go. That's perfect. Clock size. Whoop. Number of clocks. Isn't that... It just looks so freaking geeky. Does it not look like alien language? And especially if we randomize the colors, does that not look like you're deciphering the matrix? That's all. Each one of those clocks represents the time, which is currently 7:02. I have to look at it and think about it. It's 7:02. That's the TIX clock. The TIX clock is telling me, oh, wait a minute, how can I can't, there we go. I can move that slider. There we go. The TIX clock is telling me 0702. 0702. And there's a slight glow to it. What else could we add to the TIX clock simulator? Oh, see, these didn't randomize on scroll. Oh, because I added them after. I randomized before I added. Dude, is this... This is just... It's absolutely wild to me. Yes, clearly I'm playing Space Invaders. Hey, Robbie. I'm vibe coding a TIX simulator, a TIX clock simulator. Wondering what else we could add to this. Make a pop-up window for a TIX clock, but I can't easily do that. Okay, make it the option for a pop-out window that is a 3x TIX clock with the default colors. Call it. What do we call it? Call it pop out. Pop out. Then I'll need that HTML separately, but intended to run independent of this page. Okay. So photo jigsaw fun. Okay, so it went off to the left. Okay, but that doesn't make any sense on the start. Let's see if it actually paid attention. Okay, so there are the options. Scramble, tidy, new image, or restart. New image. The title should be centered on the start screen since there are no buttons next to it, and watch to make sure the bottom of the font doesn't get clipped off. Photo jigsaw fun. Create your puzzle. 1. Upload your image. Choose it. 2. Number of pieces. 6x6, 1050. There we go. But everything the logic seems to work. Hang on, it had some other names, like, what was the other name that it gave us? They gave us some, like, amazing names here. We can also start tweaking the graphics, right? There we go. It's right. It was in here. Kitchen table puzzles, your piece of the world. Photo jigsaw fun makes the most amount of sense, though. It's clear of what it is. What is this going to do? Browser puzzles, image jigsaw party, photo jigsaw party. Yeah, photo jigsaw fun. That's fine. The name is fine. It's accurate. Can this feel like it's on an actual table? with wood grain, the start menu could be a bit more narrow, as there's no need to have it take up so much space. Okay, gave it some feedback. There's the TIX clock. Okay, so pop out clock. It freaking worked! Oh my criminy! It freaking worked! It worked! You can't see it, but it worked! Oh my god! You can actually pop out the clock! You can have a TIX clock! Oh my god! You can have a TIX clock running on your desktop in a pop-up browser window. Unfreaking real. Not a surprise stream. We're doing AI, entrepreneurial, tech stuff on Thursdays and Fridays. I have no idea what to call it. This is a vibe coding Tuesday, for the lack of a better word. Another Tech Tuesday, and then we're going to do a Tech Thursday. Tech Thursday, we're doing AI Olympics, where we're taking one prompt and running it against various AI tools. And this week, I got access to Manus. Okay, but we need to... So the pop-out worked, which is... You have no idea, dude. Outstanding to me. Where the hell did it go? Pop-out clock. There we go. So if I put that over here for now, I wonder what happens when I refresh the page. Oh, it pops out. You can pop out another clock. Okay. Let's get the buttons and controls on one line, not number of clocks. We may have to shorten the sliders. Also, controls area should have no background or border to it, but slightly different coloring compared to the title of the page. Perhaps yellow. Oh, yellow. I'm just guessing. Product manager cap going on. There we go. That looks so much better. Minus the, I can't read that font at the top. Dude, I want to recreate what I want to do in an upcoming live stream for this. I want to recreate Atari Adventure, but make it endless and random. That's a goal of mine. Oh, I remember the Activision game River Raid for sure. Even making a clicker game. Well, where is it? Now I want to know. Okay, so I want to change a few things first, but let me go ahead and see what happens here. Okay, so I can't know. This is still very... So it's sitting on top of wood grain. Is there a way to stylize the background better than it is now? Doesn't look at all like wood, but I don't know what's possible in CSS to do this. CSS or JavaScript to do this. The title is now unreadable and doesn't look good at all. Any ideas for font changes, font or color changes for it? The funny thing, okay, so that it's still coding this, still coding the TIX clock, so I can't get an update. You're seeing all the logic, but here's the thing, that pop out, I'll send you the link for the current canvas for the TIX clock. The pop out is still working. Oh, you have no idea. Like, this is just, it's incredible. This is so for a web developer, a software developer, you're like, oh, no big deal. No, you don't understand. There we go. Clocks. Size. Randomize. Pop out. Okay, so the pop out still works fine. TIX clock simulator clocks. The amount of clocks that you have on your screen, the size, randomize. We need TIX clock simulator. Okay, there's that. A brief history, controls. It's a cool tech font, but I want to change that pop out. Okay, so that's good. But I want to change the randomize. That's got to be another word. Like, what's another one that's randomized? So pop out is great, but randomize color button needs to say randomize colors. Or how about colorize? But okay, so we'll say randomize button should be colorize. Colorize? I'm trying to think of like one word for it. Oh, there we go. That's kind of that's not exactly a table. That's not wood, but it's closer. Photo jigsaw fun. Let's drag an image in and see what happens. Oops. That's not what I want. Drag it onto choose file. Start puzzle. But I like the darker background. Oops. That's not quite wood grain. Restart. New image. The photo jigsaw fun title font seems to be getting clipped at the bottom on the gameplay screen. So you got to be specific. Can we try a different font again? Give me something that's not often seen or used. Not quite sure that really looks like a table with wood grain. Okay. Being general. So what could we use? Not colorize. Colorize? Does that work? I mean, I feel like it's going to work. Oh, for sure, Robbie. You can turn on notifications for YouTube, Twitch, LinkedIn, all across the board. You've created a Twitch bot that handles complex number guessing games and a few other simple things. Works great considering I don't know how to code. So Pixel, have you done that? On what platform have you done that? Because I was curious about developing some kind of MakerDeck bot. Genuinely curious about that. What kind of bot would be very, very useful to create, and where is that hosted? How is that installed, et cetera, et cetera. So sticking with like basic web pages. Okay, ChatGPT is definitely more extended. Claude certainly works well. And even Manus. Manus I've been very, very impressed with. Manus is potentially a game changer because it runs asynchronously and autonomously. Okay, so let's see here. Randomize button should be colorized. Do I want to do... Yeah, just say colorize. And then I'll send the link so y'all can remix if you want. Devil's in the details. So this is what it's doing. Abriel fat face. Okay, we'll try that. Improved wood grain background. So it's giving us an updated code for the jigsaw. Y'all, man, I've got a TIX clock running. I can't. It's just, this is too cool. This is too freaking cool. It's coding it. It's coding my changes. And again, this is just straight up HTML. That's it. Very, very simple. Very easy. Oh, I hate that font. Let's go with a sans serif font. Give the pieces drop shadows until they're placed from loose to on board. Adds depth for the title. Okay. Making it a bit larger on the start screen as well as on the gameplay screen. There we go. I have a feeling we're gonna have to come up with like 2 vibe code ideas. Colorize. Oh my God. This is just... Okay, here it is. Let me send you the TIX clock. This is what we vibe coded. Y'all saw it happen. Y'all saw it here. Let me paste it into chat. Y'all could be doing this. You can be creating your own apps. If you like what we're doing, if you like having fun, like I said, join Discord, subscribe to the newsletter, follow me on social, make sure you turn on notifications. If you have an opportunity, support me in any way, shape, or form. Your subscriptions, tips, cheers, whatever. I appreciate it because my goal is to do this to help you along your path and to be there as a continuous sounding board. Okay, let's see what happens now. It's coding. It's also coding the TIX clock. Okay, so you've got the link to the new TIX. That's it. I think the TIX clock generator is done. I'm not sure what else I'd want to add to this. Up to 100. Look at that. It's crazy. Oh my God. It's just too much fun. Just by typing. That's it. I created this just by typing. And now it's a functional app with a pop-out that you can use. So again, I sent you the colorize. Yeah, okay. I sent you the link for that. It'll be going into the arcade. Scotty, thank you so much. Glad you were able to make it today. Hope you're having fun with this stuff. Choose your own adventure. It'll be easy. Generated by AI as you play. Simple graphics with the depth game you can play. Very huge game that evolves as you play. That would be a very, very heavy lift. But we might be able to give it a try. Is there a way to have multiple clocks that could pop out? I don't know about... I mean, yes, there is. If you want, you can create that. I feel like this is where I wanted to go with this. I feel like this is exactly... This is all I wanted in a TIX clock simulator. This is it. This is what I wanted. The ability to pop out, colorize, increase size and clocks. You now have the link that I sent as a comment. Oh, dude. Whoa, check that out. Scotty Mac just gifted 5 Chris Perillo memberships. I didn't even know you could do that on YouTube. That's crazy. Really? Thank you. I'm sure 5 people are going to be like, whoa, this is great. I had no idea. Thank you. Cheers, dude. Cheers with the unboxing juice. Every Tuesday, I want to vibe code at least 1 new app. Tonight, we've basically created two apps that I'll figure out how to integrate into the arcade. In one way, shape, or form. This one and the puzzle. I feel we've got a very working puzzle game. Photo Jigsaw Fun. Okay, that's good enough. We'll drag that file in. Start the puzzle. Yep, there's a drop shadow. oops, the added drop shadow of the loose piece seems to have made the actual placement off. The drop shadow has to completely be eliminated when the piece is over the intended spot. You see what happened when I placed that piece? I'll send you the link to the latest jigsaw too, so that you have it. Dude, Marcus got subbed. I'm so glad. Very, Marcus and I, Ethan's dad 3D, he and I were talking about AI last year, if not the year before, talking about how powerful it was. And that was just with simple image gen, right? Not like anything near coding. Marcus, could you have imagined being able to develop apps like that? Now you're thinking, Chris, why would I use a web app? Now, use your imagination for just a second. First of all, don't dismiss the value of a web app. This should work very well on a mobile device, though I have not experimented with it and it can certainly iterate. But you got to think about where it's going next. Where's it going next? This is Google. Google, all I'm using is the Google tool. Haven't even touched Claude or Manus or Perplexity or Cursor tonight. Haven't even come close, because that's a heavier lift. I would want to work with someone on that. But something like this is an app, a simple app, tip calculator. Something that, there's the problem, here's the solution. Problem is, I want a TIX clock on my desktop. Now I have it with the pop-up option. So let me go ahead and share. I already shared that. I haven't shared the latest puzzle. It's currently fixing this, I hope. Fix the font on the game. Fix the title font on the gameplay screen to be the same height as the buttons menu at the top. Looking for size parity. See how it's a little smaller than the buttons? I feel we could fix that. So that's my first bit of feedback before it iterates, or while it's iterating. Think about where this is going. What's going to happen? And thank you for saying that. And thank you for your support, subscribing, becoming a member, joining Discord. Do all that. Visit Perillo.com. You get all the links. Perillo.com. This is what I've been working on this week, launching this stuff. The playbooks are available. I just haven't fleshed out like how to buy them. But if you want to buy them, I can figure out how to make it happen. Because I haven't figured out the pricing of them, but I've completed the playbooks and made them easy to use in browser. App development. Like this could become an app you could download and install on an Android device or an iOS device. That's coming. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. I guarantee this is coming. It's coming right down the pike. And if you're not paying attention, man, you're gonna miss out. Google and or Apple, I think you'll Google more so. Hang on, let me see if this. There we go. Oh wait, no, not quite. The placement, locking the piece placement still isn't perfect since we introduced the drop shadow for a non-placed piece. The placed piece seems slightly off from the grid. Okay, we're going to work through this. We're going to get it. We're going to figure it out. We're adding depth and we're introducing bugs. That's what happens when you introduce features. So they're going to make it possible. Google, I believe, is going to make it possible for you to effectively generate apps. So I can go back here, Jabberblocky. Let's see if it fixed. It didn't fix it. Please look at this and make sure I can see the piece, the avatars and gameplay, because right now none of that is working at all past the start screen. So it's got to fix that. We can rework. There's Jedi's emoji, this or that. Modernize this application and extend it to more questions. Make it such that, let's see here. You can even make it such that the person can share what they're doing on social media. You can say provide background music, provide sound effects, whatever it happens to be. So, like, we can do that. We can always flesh it out. We can always iterate. We can always come back. It's the beauty of all of this. Didn't quite nail the title font being the same height as that menu, did it? But it did. I feel okay with that table background. TIX clocks is done. I don't think I can improve this in any way. That's me. Okay, so 15 new unique questions, modernized animations, padding, and etc. What's interesting about what Google is doing is if someone sends you the link like I did, you can iterate indefinitely. You could go and keep going and keep going and keep massaging and making it perfect. But you can do that on your own, independent of whatever it is that they've quote unquote shipped. This is absolutely, to me, it's beyond fascinating. Close that, close that, close that. Okay, let's try this again. Gotta see if this works yet. Nope. Completely eliminated altogether when the piece is placed. So let me go ahead. I'll share the current canvas with y'all. Even though it's got that bug, I'm going to keep working on this. Let me go ahead and get that link off to you. No problem sharing the code. TIX is done. We shipped an app. We did this. Y'all. And this is going to go in the... Oh, sorry, that's the playbooks. If you want my playbooks, happy to facilitate that. I just haven't figured out... I haven't completed the, putting it in a place where you can buy it, like a shopping cart. These will all be going in the arcade. Everything that I'm showing you tonight will be going in the arcade, which is on Perillo.com. I'm telling you, this is so transformative. Let's see what it's figured out, though. Let's see if it fixed it. So it changes in the shadow logic. 2 upgrades? Wait, hang on. You created a website last night to show values and selling rates of Hot Wheel cars. Still have a long ways to go, but it's amazing what this AI tool can do. What are you using, Andrew? I'm curious. Because for simple things, Google Gemini has become my go-to. And I was using Cursor, and that was interesting for complex things, but like as far as I'm concerned, overkill at the same time. Claude, okay. I'm interested in doing deeper app development, like in vibe coding, but I feel like I would like to do that alongside somebody else. But for the simple, straightforward, what we're doing here, I feel like I know I can handle on my own, because clearly I have. We've created the TIX clocks, and we're in the process of doing this photo jigsaw. What I wanted to do, and I think it's possible, this is what I was experimenting with in Manus. I think it's possible to encode an image within the URL that's shared, such that I could send you a link that has the image encoded in the actual link. You know what I'm saying? We're done? Okay, we're done. Preview. Try this. I'm just dragging these sample images over. That title needs to be bigger, but nope. Okay, again, I'm giving it the context. I'm becoming a product manager and telling it, hey, this is what's going on. This is what I'm seeing. And all of this caused by me wanting to do drop shadows. That's what threw it off. But it also added, a dimension that was, I feel, something to add to the overall product. Not easy, as you can see. Kill that. You created a dashboard that showed Amazon selling and returns with a graph. You can change the dates and get the information based on what was selling. Again, a lot of work. So I'm curious to know about that. Andrew, I'm curious to know if you could unpack that. Have you played around with music generation? Not really. I mean, kind of, sort of. The closest I've done with music gen to this point was, no, it's the TIX clock. I can close that window. This one. This is what I created. Synthwave, right? Not even close to what you're talking about, but fun nonetheless. So now it's debugging, right? Here we go. Let's see if this fixes the problem. Let's see if this fixes the problem that I created. Just so you know, I created the problem. Think of an element-based game in transmutation. Well, we'll be able to do it. Every Tuesday, I want to vibe code something new. Every Tuesday, I want to create something new, y'all. I'm having way too much fun with this. Let me put it this way. I 3D printed something last night. I'm now 2 models behind on 3D printing for Play Action Toys, the figures that I love creating. Like, I'm that far behind. But baby steps. Baby steps. it done? No, we're still in code. I never see your, I think the link gets blocked. Are we done? No, it's still going. We're going to perfect this puzzle. I feel like we're like this close to having it figure out what the hell is wrong. Because it works functionally. Sometimes Google, like a lot of AI tools, forgets what you've done or are trying to do. And it's a lot of repetition, like, no, why did you undo this? Why did you revert that? Oh, close. Oh, wait. That's shifting. There's still some vertical shifting when the piece is placed on the grid in the appropriate space. And perhaps the horizontal as well as horizontal. I see the placed piece being shifted down 1 pixel. Shifted down 1 pixel and a few pixels to the right, not being on the grid properly. Shifted down and to the right at this time. Sometimes I've run into this problem with Google where it gets caught in the JavaScript, like, okay, wait, what? Yeah, what's going on? How's this? So it starts refactoring. And I may end up having to nuke. I feel like I can keep doing this until I get it. But I may end up having to nuke the idea of a drop shadow. Which I can do. I'm in control. We're in control. Did you buy an Arduino? What? That's crazy, Hair. Yeah, you can put it in Discord, Aloni. Please do. Drag it, put it into the Discord server. But I did promise we'd have an app tonight, and we do. We've got the TIX clock simulator. Oh my God. Pops out a TIX clock on your freaking desktop. Oh my God. This is just incredible. The next thing I got to figure out how to do is how to update the arcade page so that everything's easier. Look at how much logic it's going through to fixing this and debugging the placement problem introduced when I gave it drop shadows. That's what it was doing. It was basically going through and thinking, this is what I did. This is what I got to do. Oh yeah, we did the emoji this or that. Oh, that's off center right now. Rock or classical? Rock. Even though my girlfriend's classical. Action adventure or documentary? Ooh, action adventure. Life focus rockets. Art. Favorite treat. Pizza. Fantasy. Climb ladder. It's guessing the name based upon what you how you vote. This suggests you're a rock star in bold. Is your name Axel? Is your name Indy? Orion? Vincent? Marco? Morgana? Rex? It's funny where it gets the logic. This is my daughter's game. I have nothing to do with it. I want to create this puzzle game. I want to get this working. But we've shipped, quote unquote. We already created a successful that. Remember, in the beginning of the stream, I said I want to create TIX clocks. That's what I wanted to do. And now I did it. It was super easy. This one's a little more complex. That got screwed up when didn't screw up, but I wanted the drop shadows. Do you feel me? I can see your messages. Oh, thank you for dropping in the best AI prompts in the Discord server. Which, yes, I've got a best AI prompts in the Discord server. They are there. The best. The number ones. Are we done? Okay, let's see what we got here. Preview. We still have to increase that title, but oh shit. Let's get this played. Okay. The place. The title font is still not the same height as the buttons menu section. It seems as such it seems very small. I don't need it the same font size as what's on the buttons, but the height of the section for the buttons itself. Moreover, the placed piece still seems to be offset to the slightly to the right of where it should actually snap into place. Can I type? Place. Let me see what happens when I. So it's like slightly horizontal's fine, but vertical's off. Horizontal placement seems fine. Top and bottom snap perfectly into place, but left and right seem shifted to the right slightly by a few pixels after the drop shadow disappears. Moreover, I can't see the drop shadow when I can see it when it's dragging a piece, nor can I see a drop shadow when the piece is not in place. I'm probably really messing this up big time. How far can we go with it? I think we can go infinitely. The TIX? Oh wait, no, or AI? I'm telling you, if you're not figuring out how this fits into your future, you're going to miss the boat in a big way. Because we're already seeing the impact. So again, debugging. This is me trying to make it better, but winding up screwing it up. At which point, sometimes it's like I need to start over. I felt like that when it came to Pix Ticker. I had to start over. It just wasn't. It was repeating what it was that I wanted it to do, right? With the ticker, and it still keeps speeding it up. it still keeps speeding up the why. I can ask it. Why is the ticker speeding up over time slightly? It shouldn't. Also, make a pop-out button option next to change font, which should inherit everything from this web page and runs independent of it. Okay. So now I'm debugging 3 apps, right? Did Jabberwocky work? Nope. Still can't see the gameplay itself. Something's very wrong. Eventually we'll find our way. All in a day's work of iteration and changing. Oh yeah, you're a native at iOS. I've never been a developer. I'm not native to anything. I have no allegiances or alliances. It's all fun and games. Woo. Hang on. There we go. Wow. Okay, on X I was listed as live. On YouTube I was listed as live. On Discord the notification went out. Still going. There we go. Okay, so let's see what happens now. I may have to tell it to forget drop shadows. Kind of. No, but not. Okay, I can see the drop shadow. You see, I can see the... Wait, hang on. Whoa. That got placed fine. Where's that? Weird. So you see how it's shifted slightly? A dotted grid visible at all on the game board and make the game board section for the game board hit the same game. The title on the gameplay screen is still way too small and not at all the same height as the floating button options buttons section menu thing. I have no way to describe it. So I'm telling it to get rid of the grid because I think that's causing the problem. That's causing the problem. Because if I didn't have the grid, it'd be fine. Because look, I've got a right aligned and a left aligned. Top aligned. Yeah, everything's fine except for the dash. So the grid is if I make that invisible, it's fine. So now it comes down to layout. So I'm going to tell the grid to go invisible. That fixes that problem. Okay. Let's go that route. We're flipping the script. We're getting rid of the grid. Vercel, Don, I'm not a dev. I'm not a dev, and yet tonight, during this live stream, I have created effectively a functional puzzle game in browser. Not being a dev. Not being a dev, I created a TIX clock emulator that runs within the browser. Like, no programming involved. None whatsoever. I just told Google Gemini what it is that I wanted. So I know Vercel could very well be in a stack for advanced app development, and I want to go that direction. I definitely do, but I'm not quite there yet because I feel that's where things really get powerful. Working inside Cursor, Windsurf, which I guess they were acquired by OpenAI, Vercel, working with all of these tools to create more powerful, more robust web applications. I do understand that. I know where it sits, but not having any practical experience as a developer has made it a bit more daunting. And Google, with the release of 2.5 Pro, with Gemini Advanced, the preview at least, has made this attainable, even with me running into problems. Oh wow! Now I can't even see the. Now I can't even see the TV screen, console, or anything apart from the background. What are you doing? I'll get this gameplay going again. Jedi's game remains untouched, largely. Pix Ticker now has a pop-out. Nope, the pop-out does not. The pop-out doesn't actually show the headlines, and that needs to happen from here. We'll figure this out. I think when the grid disappears, this gets easier. I don't think anybody's going to have an issue with things being slightly offset if they are. Just by adding the drop shadow. That's where things mess up. So again, you got to think, like, by adding something, you're potentially bringing yourself into problems. A paradigm shift is happening watching you explore it. No doubt about that, Harry. I tell you, it's years ago I had gone to a developer and said, hey, could you create a this or that and the other thing? And like, oh, you're gonna need your specs, you got to figure out this, you got to figure out that, and this is complex. And then you get it, it's like, that's not what I wanted, so I needed to be this, that, and the other thing. All of those processes are like completely suspended, because now I can sit here within a web browser and say, this is what I want, this is what I don't want, this is what I need. And what I'm doing here, basic stuff, right? That I can throw into the, into the arcade. Like fun things. We'll do a little bit of productivity. We'll have a little bit of fun. Tonight was fun. It was the TIX clock emulator and this is basically it's a generic landing page on Perillo.com. Well, mostly generic. But to be able to show people and really build with people what we can do in 2 hours. And that's basically what we've done in 2 hours. We've created a puzzle app, and we've created a TIX app. We created 2 apps in 2 hours. No. Take away those grid lines. Take away those background grid lines on the puzzle board. They're either dashed or dotted. Don't need Let's see if it's got an offset though. Yeah, there's still an offset. If we clear away the grid lines, I'll be satisfied. So we've cleared away, theoretically, in CSS, cleared away the grid lines. Then we'll work on improving that font size. So we'll see if that fixes it, Marcus. I have a feeling it will. I really do. Jabberblock. Okay, at least we have a start screen. Pressing start does nothing. This was working. I have a feeling I'm going to have to re-architect Jabberblocky. It was working last time I loaded this page, and then Gemini says, no, screw you. This, out of all the apps, and again, this is just since last week, out of all the things that I've vibe coded on my own, by far, Synthboard is my favorite. It's just so cool. I'm sorry, it's just so cool. Here, let me send you the link. It's just, these are the things that I would love. Back in the day of early Locker Gnome, this is the stuff that I would just eat up. So to be able to develop at a basic level a lot of my own stuff, and I've got other ideas, and we'll bring other ideas to these Tech Tuesdays where we vibe code one thing or another. Fun or functional, playful or practical. I just want to create. Constantly, just want to create. I just want to make. There's never been a better time to be an entrepreneur. And thank you so much for the support in whatever way you choose to give it. By becoming a member, a subscriber, cheering, yada, yada, yada. All right, let's see if did you get rid of the grid lines? Did you listen? You did! This actually makes it a bit more challenging. I kind of like this. There we go. Okay, that fixed the problem. So somewhere in there, those are going to be harder. Oh, that was placed. So okay, so this works. Okay, so I got rid of the grid, got my drop shadows on drag, got the drop shadows on drag. Okay, so that works. Got the loose pieces. I can tidy. Okay, so that's great. Let me send you a link to the current iteration of this. Oh, wow, that's great, Hair. I'm glad you're here. Hey, Mystery Goat, good to see you. We vibe coded tonight some puzzle game. Wait a minute. That doesn't make any sense. Is that it? Well, I guess so. Is that the image Yeah, I guess it is. Okay, so that's the image I created. Okay, so can I get a left align, a right align? Let's see here. There we go. Okay, so this puzzle, this works. Okay, so, but I need it. Okay, great. Now, increase the font size of the app of the title to match the height of the button or the options and buttons to the right. It needs to be taller. Moreover, create. So there's the thumbnail view, right? So you got the thumbnail overview. You can see what it is. Put a clear drop shadow around the thumbnail that shows the final image preview. Where can we do that? Can we do that there? Yeah, image thumbnails there. So they can see what it's going to be. Okay. That's in the lower right. Bring the menu, options menu in perfect alignment with the puzzle board and puzzle loose pieces sections below. Okay, so I talked about the font, clear drop shadow around the thumbnail, loose pieces, no need for a divider. Oh, that's loose pieces. That's the section. Okay, that's fine. Make a different background color behind the loose pieces. Slightly what would be complementary brown? Perhaps a lighter yellow. Okay. So that we can see the loose pieces are separate because the yellow is complementary to brown. What then do we need to do? We've got the board. Don't worry about the grid. The grid lines are great. They're gone. Oh, wow, that fit. Oh, crap. There seems to be there's a pixel gap there. Glad I placed that. Right there, there's a gap. Okay, so I'm telling it what I'm seeing. What else do I want to do in this next round of edits? I feel like that's a good amount to throw at it. What it is that I'm trying to do, at least from there. Are you crossing the streams? A TIX clock timer that starts when you move the first piece? Yeah. I mean, we will be able to add, I feel like once we've nailed a lot of this stuff, we can add a timer to it. We can even say, add the timer to the right of the, but you see the alignment issues that I'm seeing? Do you see the alignment issues? That's what I'd like to fix, a bit of the layout. Sometimes it's difficult to explain what it is I see versus what it is that, you know, is in place. But either way, I feel we did what we set out to do. Create an app in under 2 hours. We did a TIX clock simulator. That was my goal. And when that was like sticking in research, I said, well, let's see what we can do in terms of a photo app. This is a bonus, which I'm going to keep iterating on, if not bringing back next week. Because next Tuesday, we're going to be doing this again with a different app idea. And the goal will be to put everything that we develop into the arcade on Perillo.com. Head over there right now. Perillo.com. If you're familiar with my name, get all the links that you might need if you're not following me here, there, and wherever. Because I assume you are, because YouTube is not the end all be all, nor is Twitch, nor is any platform. You got to follow everywhere anymore. So I'm going to keep working on the puzzle logic, working through that, trying to fit. Well, that PIX ticker's done mostly. Let's see here. What happens when I pop out? Yeah, there we go. Pop out works. Okay. Make the pop out window full bleed as though there's no need to put the headlines in a graph, because the pop out window itself is the container. Just need the headline. Headlines scrolling. Here I am iterating. That's done. This is done. This still needs work. Working. We'll be updating that. Jabber. Is it working yet? No. Start. Still doesn't start the game. I may end up having to take a functional version of the game that I shared and restart from there, because for whatever reason Jabberblocky has not been working, even from earlier, and it was working before because people were using it. It's like a mechanic taking your car to a mechanic, right? Great success, my wife. Except for Jabberblocky. Jabberblocky was not successful. Oh, are we done here? Let's try this. It integrated the feedback. Borders are not the same. But I got to figure out what's happening in the middle here. I just gotta get some placement here. Wait, hang on. There we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, so that's fixed. So the middle thing is fixed. Oh wait, hang on. So that's not placed. Place when not in the loose pieces section. Place a neon green border around and place a ground and unplaced piece such that people can discern that it has not yet been placed. Perhaps something like a neon green. The title of photo jigsaw fun is not large enough. Add a timer to a stopwatch to the game board page, perhaps to the right of the jigsaw fun title. All right, give it some feedback. TIX is done. So that's done. I'm going to close that. I should close that. Oh, wait, let's see if the pop out works for Pix. There we go. The font size, oops, in the pop out ticker should be much larger. The pop out does work on the pop out ticker now. And Jabberblocky is screwed. I don't know what the hell. I did not see start button clicked, but I see it changes when the button looks like it clicks. Yeah, I think I'm going to redo Jabberblocky. Anyway, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to create some apps, and that's what we did tonight. My hope is to be able to update everything and make it such that y'all can play these things or use these things over on Perillo.com/arcade. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Pixel. We did a good job with it, I feel. Yeah, of course it has sounds. Unmute your device. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to go ahead and wind down. We're definitely past the 2-hour mark. Shipped. I feel we completed it with the TIX Clock Simulator and are pretty much 90% of the way with it there with the puzzle, which was a bonus. This is how easy it is to create an app, at least a web app, in the web browser, to vibe code something into existence that did not exist before. If you have other ideas of what you'd like to see me tackle in the coming weeks, every Tuesday, I hope to vibe code at least something new, and I hope to do that with you. I hope this gets easier and a lot more fun. Thank you for setting notifications. Thank you for popping onto Discord, following across social, LinkedIn, wherever. I appreciate the support in whatever ways you choose to give it. I'm going to go ahead and wind down because I'm going to keep working through this. I got to figure out how I'm going to integrate all of that into the arcade page where you can go, wait a minute, where's that app that you created? I want to have it here. I want to have it, as I add new apps and create new apps every passing week, you'll be able to go here and be able to get back to at least a working version of it in the web browser. So it's my arcade, right? And then Perillo.com, where you get more links and more information. And then the playbooks, not quite fully fleshed out, but I do have them done. If you wanted to buy a playbook, let me know. I'm down with providing that to you before. Oh no, that's coming up on Thursday. There's a teaser coming up next Thursday. The AI Olympics, where we take one prompt. We're not going to do any vibe coding on Thursday live. No vibe coding, but we are going to be doing. Okay, good. There's a neon green, so that I can't. You see what I'm saying? Like, I needed a neon green to say that's not. Okay, great. Photo Jigsaw Fun. Center and middle align the countdown timer for the current. Center and middle align. Make it the same font size as the title. Change the color slightly to visually separate. I'm just going to continue to do this. This is what I'm going to do. Thank you, Robbie. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Hare. Not just Tuesdays, but Thursdays. With the AI Olympics, I'll see you both times. Set your notifications. Pop onto Discord. And Sunday night, movie night, what is it? Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning. How many Mission Impossibles has there been, Mystery Goat? Yeah, we do on Discord. Mystery Goat facilitates a weekly watch party, if you're not familiar. So you can watch with other people. It's a fun thing to do. And I appreciate Mystery Goat's support. I appreciate everybody's support, I should say. Every support that comes my direction, I'm very, very appreciative of. I'm going to keep playing with this, fiddling, making something good, making something playable and usable and fun, and something that fits what it is that I need or would like to see brought to the world. And if everybody else has fun with it too, that's the idea. Just having fun. Come on, if you did not have fun, there's something wrong with you. So I don't think there's anything wrong with you because you were here tonight. Thank you. Thank you for understanding I love technology in the way that I want to create things with it. Thank you for understanding that this is very exciting. We're at an exciting time, and that I want to help everybody along with AI, not being in front of the train, not being underneath the train, not being behind the train, but squarely on it. That's where I want to keep you. So stay tuned. I love you. I appreciate you. And at this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices. I'll see you next week or everywhere in between.